not in terms of eternity, but their seemingly prosperous lives are but chaff blown away by a breeze. There's no substance to them. There's no weight to them. There's nothing that's going to keep them around. When judgment comes, whether they believe in it or not, whether they think it'll happen or not, their end will be random. It will not be randomly determined, but it'll be their direct result of what they chose it to be. When they come into judgment, neither corporate success nor universal popularity or immense savings or extravagant homes or all these things that appear to be prosperity here, none of these things will cause them to stand before God and to purchase His grace and mercy for their life. It cannot be purchased. It'll be as the chaff, just blown away. It'll be just meaningless. It'll be no purpose. There'll be nothing to it. And in those days when the sinners stand not with the congregation of the righteous, and as they look upon the assembly of saints, their counterfeit happiness will have no more. They will not longer be there, no longer exist. All that false prosperity will just be blown away, just as their lives are driven away in the chaff of the wind. And I hope you're getting the contrast that he gives us here, that between the tree that stays, that God keeps, and we're going to see how in verse 6 he watches over, he knows the way of, and the chaff that is just simply blown away. There's nothing more to it. And that's what we see in verse 6 is what God knows. And he says, "For the Lord knoweth the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish." We're given this one final contrast, and he said, "The Lord knoweth the way," and it gives the idea that he watches over. He knows of what is ahead of the blessed, and he watches over him. He knows that the tree will go forth. He waters the tree. It's by the rivers of water. And even when the way is, in terms of taking this kind of more of like a realistic view, even when the way, the Christian way, for those following Christ in the midst of darkness, sometimes we cannot see, still we're blessed because the Lord knoweth the way. He has His hands on us all the time. His hand is over us. He's watching us. Whereas the way of the ungodly shall perish. Just as the chaff blown away, the ungodly are not watched over, and their path. And it's just simply a contrast between